everyone. So I am walking, got some boba because I'm obsessed. But it is day 2 of the Seattle snow. I want to walk today because it's just so beautiful, the snow. I was worried I would have a hard time walking through it, but it's not been too bad actually. I live really close to like a downtown area of the city I'm in, so once I kind of trekked out of my neighborhood and got to more of like the commonly used roads and sidewalks, it's definitely walkable, and I have like proper snow boots on, so my feet are dry, they're not getting too wet or anything at all. Really nice. And walking with my dog. I'm at the park right now, and I'm obsessed with boba, and the boba shop's open, so I got some. So it's been a really nice, relaxing day. I also forgot to say, today is Valentine's Day, February 14th, so nothing too crazy today. It's a Sunday, and didn't want to drive anywhere because I do not feel comfortable driving in the snow. Most of you, I'm assuming, don't live in Seattle, but it does not snow that often. Like, honestly, I would say every other year it snows for like 1 to 2 days. Honestly, when it does snow, it never sticks because it doesn't get cold enough to. So the fact that we got like a foot plus of snow, and we got it yesterday and it's still sticking today, is very unusual. But it's supposed to melt by like tomorrow, so I'm gonna enjoy the snow while it's here. Look, everyone building snowmen. It's so pretty. Some skylines. There's usually like water here, but it got, what's it called? It's kind of like slushy now. It's starting to slowly melt, but there's still plenty of snow on the ground, so very fun. There's a cat in the backpack. Hey everyone, so it is actually 2 days later. It is the 16th today, which is my mom's birthday, and I just wanted to come on here to talk to you guys about a couple of things. So actually, yesterday on the 15th, if you play Animal Crossing, you might have known on February 15th, they had this kind of festival that was going on, which was really cool. It was, I don't know how many of you know with Animal Crossing, but basically that game, you play it like live time basically. So the time that it is in real time for you, it is what the time, that is the time that it is in Animal Crossing. So the different stores, for example, like the clothing store or Tom Nook store or whatever, they're open from like 8 to 10 one store, 9 to 9 p.m. to another store. And so they have also different events apparently with Animal Crossing, and one of them was this festival yesterday, which was really cute and fun. There was like this peacock that was dancing in the plaza, and you had to like collect feathers around the island pretty much, and you would get fun gifts for that. And like the different villagers were wearing sparkly outfits, and they were all like dancing and singing, and I thought it was such a cute little thing. I don't remember with the older Animal Crossing games for there to have been like live events that Animal Crossing would just have throughout like time as you played the game, but I did that yesterday and it was a lot of fun. I wanted to also talk about a big part of my life that's going on right now, which I think a lot of you guys could probably relate with, and it is just being a new grad in a pandemic. I wanted to give some tips and kind of my situation to just kind of talk about it. I think it's really helpful to learn from people and to talk with people and hear from people that are going through similar situations as you, so that we feel not as alone and we can kind of hype each other up and talk about it. So I basically graduated last summer, like August 2020, and I've been having an internship at the United Nations Environmental Program for 6 months. So that started in September and it is going until March. And so honestly, with that internship, with it being remote, I think it really depends on where you are, but with them, I haven't been given that much stuff to do, so I have a lot of free time still, and I think it's been really important to just give myself a schedule and give myself things to do and make the most of my time. And I've set myself certain things that I kind of force myself to do. I feel like when you are doing things such as job searching, which in itself can be a full-time job, I think it's important to really be initiative and just take it into your own hands and kind of not be strict with yourself, because it's important to be kind to yourself, especially in a pandemic, but also to set yourself different goals, set yourself time aside to do tasks such as job searching or networking or whatever it may be. And I thought I'd give some tips and show you guys what I'm doing. Things that I've been trying to really do is to apply to at least 3 to 5 jobs per week, if not more. And sometimes I will put the jobs that I find on the side and have like pending or something like that. Or if I know I want to apply on a certain day, I'll put it on us, in that day. And so I will apply to different roles. And how I tend to typically find jobs that I like is I love to do like email alerts. So Google like certain job industry or a certain company and jobs, and then set that as an alert, or do that for LinkedIn. Or sometimes there's certain websites for certain industries, such as for me, I'm really interested in media and communications, and I believe it's called Media Bistro. They do emails of certain job listings. Also, schools do that. My school will do that for me through Handshake, but I typically use LinkedIn and just Google to have it automatically emailed to me, so I can see what kinds of United Nations jobs are open, or United Nations internships, or video production jobs, or whatever it may be. And so I really like having that sent to me, and then I'll go through them every day, because I always like to go through my email every day to just not have any unread stuff piling up. And then I'll go through and I'll put it somewhere in my calendar of when I want to apply to certain jobs. So that's one thing I do. Another thing is, when it comes to applying to jobs, I feel like for a while I was just throwing out my application, my cover letter, and my resume to the abyss and just hoping to get a response. But honestly, and I feel like everyone hears this all the time, but it doesn't truly sink in, and a lot of it is really like who you know. I really like to seek out different virtual events that my school is putting on. A plus of COVID, I would say, is that I went to school in DC, but now I'm in Seattle, and I could still go to all of these events going on that my school is putting on, and it doesn't depend on location, as long as you have internet connection and you're available during that time. And so my school, I still use my school email consistently. I have 2 emails, my school email and then my regular Gmail. And with my school email, they'll send me different events that they're putting on. A lot of it is like a panel of different panelists in a certain industry of alumni that went to your school, talking about their experiences in that industry, in that company, job fairs, internship fairs, or even like what kinds of careers can you get within international relations or something like that. And my school puts on many different events every single week. And I also think, in addition to going to school events, it is important to just do LinkedIn stalking. I think one thing that is very valuable to do is to just go onto LinkedIn and basically look up like a company that you're interested in or an organization that you're interested in, and then narrow it down to your school. You can do this in like the filters options with school, and then you type it in, and then it'll give you the people that went to your school that work at that company or have worked at that company or have connections. And then just link up with them, and in your connection notes say like, hey, I just graduated, or I'm a senior or junior at X university. I wanted to, I really admire what you're doing and want to learn more about it because I'm interested in X field, X job title, whatever it may be, and I would love to have like a brief conversation with you. And these are called informational interviews. You can, you know, go back and forth via email. Sometimes though it's easier via phone call or video call. So I think it's important, in addition to actually applying to places, if you could go onto LinkedIn, type in that organization, link up with somebody, talk to them, or even if there's no connections, or if you have a lot to choose from, then try to look for people who work in recruiting or human resources. So type in like X company, recruiter. Other things that I've done is going to other events that aren't necessarily related to what my school is doing. There's lots of different summits going on, for example, or just one-time events, and I've gone to a few of those. I've gone to like the Future Now Summit, which is for people who want to work in the entertainment industry. I've gone to the Center for Communications like Women in Media Summit, which is like more broadly media and communications. Just going to these different events as well is definitely something that I would recommend. Those are just some of the things that I've been doing this past few months that I think have been really helpful and that I've really liked implementing in my life. And I've had a lot of good, meaningful conversations with people, and I've gone to a lot of different events. And I just wanted to kind of let you guys know that that's kind of what I've been up to when it comes to like school, job, professional kind of part. And yeah, so if you guys have any questions or comments about that, please let me know. But that's, I kind of just wanted to make a video kind of like a long weekend or a couple of days in my life about the snow that was in Seattle that's slowly starting to melt now, and me playing Animal Crossing. Just kind of wanted to let you guys know, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and that it gave you some good tips, or at least was entertaining in some way, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.